Genesis 16 through 19. We are now meeting Abraham at age 86. His wife Sarah is 76. They have been promised a great family and a peaceful land that they could call their own. Of course, the problem is they have no children. And so Sarah recommends, and Abraham complies, with the idea of having or using a surrogate mother, a handmaid, not uncommon during this period, and she would bear a son, and she does. And immediately God comes to this situation, though, as you read, and he rejects this storyline for this boy to become the inheritor of this promise to Abraham and Sarah. God says this boy will become a great leader of a great nation someday, but he is not the inheritor of the promise. Well, 13 years pass between chapters, and then we hear the story of three men. They're called messengers of God, and they almost literally come down the road, as it were. One of them comes to Abraham and Sarah, and speaking for God, literally, he says, "I will come back next year, and Sarah, you will be pregnant with a son." She laughs, of course. I think we all would have in that situation. Look how old she is. The other two men head off to a city called Sodom. Sodom is it's not really a well-known city in the sense that this is really the only time that the Bible talks about the city in live terms as though it's still existing, because what happens is these two men go in to pronounce judgment upon the city, and it is destroyed in fire and brimstone. They also, and this seems to be the major point of the story, though, they also rescue a man. Actually, his Lot is the nephew of Abraham. They rescue Lot and his family because they seem to be a righteous family. Well, what are we left with? I think the first readers of this story would have been shocked by what happens, because through Lot, his two daughters incestuously bear children. One becomes the head of the Moabite tribe. The other becomes the head of the Ammonite family or tribe. And of course, in the days of Moses, the writer, these are the primary enemies of Israel as they are about to enter the promised land. Ishmael is this boy's name. He becomes the head or associated with the Midianite family, a group of traders in the area. So what is shocking to the reader, again, of the first time through this text is Abraham, remember, his basic challenge in his life is which Elohim will he worship? And he has become loyal to his maker, to the Creator God. That loyalty is being challenged, of course, by his past. He comes from a polytheistic background in Babylon. But look at what he's being challenged by even within his own family, because none of these nations worship this God. Even his own family will become a challenge to his faith.